Hi, my name is Mark. So, when you think of Frank Gambale, you probably think about all of those mad sweeping skills, right? Sure, he's a great player, and it's not really like he's a guy with that bag of tricks that he can get out, like, oh, I'm gonna sweep this arpeggio and that arpeggio, and then never plays anything else. He really is a crazy player. And I was watching this video of a live version of Time Track, a song by Chick Corea, and of course there was Frank Gambale on guitar with his crazy neon yellow Ibanez, and that was one of those videos where every guy was playing some awesome stuff like all the time. I was pretty much doing this stank face of for the whole video, and I could do pretty much a whole semester of lessons just talking about that performance. But there was one lick played by Frank Gambale that really stood out to me, and I hope Chick Corea and their respective labels don't demonetize nor take my video down for this, but I heard this lick. I was changing strings at the time, and I remembered I looked back at the screen and I was like, okay, let's bring it back a little bit. What was that? Once again, every lick that any one of these guys plays could be the topic for a video itself, but this one, especially coming from Frank Gambale, really stood up to me, so I decided I'd transcribe it and break it down for you. But before I do, I just want to say, please subscribe to my channel. You're probably aware that YouTube's been acting a little bit weird lately. Even if you subscribe to a channel, those channel's videos may really not show up in our subscription box. And even if you ring the little notification bell, you still really may not be notified of that channel's content. So if you want to stay tuned to my content, or the content of your favorite creators, you really should subscribe and turn on all the notifications. And since that may or may not work, I highly suggest you follow me on social media. Not only do I post some exclusive stuff there, like improvised solos and jamming over backing tracks, and generally whatever I'm up to at the moment, but I always post there about my videos. Links for the usual suspects will be below, like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, even though I don't really post too much on Twitter, but in general, at Guitar. Oh, and since you're down there, please consider leaving a like and sharing this video on social media. I'd highly appreciate it. And I guess now we can get straight into it. Okay, so the lick goes kind of like this, again, not at full speed, because my shred-tastic skills are not really at Frank Gambale levels, and it will still be kind of messy, because it's a crazy lick. But I'll play it and then really slow with tabs, and then I'll break it down. So in my opinion, and I think that's maybe why it stood out to me, the lick is kind of divided in three parts. The first is the bluesy part, second is more the jazzy chromatic part, then is the crazy arpeggio part. And we're pretty much in A sharp minor-ish. They're pretty much playing over an A sharp minor vamp. They add up some extra spicy chords here and there, but the basis is still that A sharp minor-ish tonality. They sometimes add some Dorian notes, and even some more outside sounds like the melodic minor thing and some diminished and augmented things here and there. But that's really only to spice up our original A sharp minor thing. So the lick really starts out with that really blues pentatonic-ish lick of going up the minor pentatonic blues scale thingy. Then we go back and we repeat again. And now comes the more jazzy part where he goes, and I kind of view it as outlining this F sharp dominant 7th sharp 9 chord, where we start out with the 7th, we go for the sharp 9th, for the 3rd, minor 6th, dominant 7th, then we do this chromatic bit, starting out again with that F, slowly from the beginning. And then we do this little bit, kind of going up the second mode of either A sharp Dorian or A sharp Aeolian. And we go back to that C. And we do this chromatic line going from B to G sharp. So slowly from the beginning of the jazzy stuff. And that pretty much makes up the first two parts of the lick. And now comes the bad part of it, which is the crazy arpeggio section. And the thing about this is, they aren't really strange arpeggios, they're really common, at least they think they are. I couldn't really find any tabs for this. I had to transcribe this by ear, so there might be some mistakes, but I think the main part of it is there. And even though audio kind of morphs when you bring it to really slow speeds, you may have noticed it when I played the lick the first time along with the tabs, where I show you that the first arpeggio is pretty much an A sharp minor arpeggio. And not so conveniently for us, when Frank plays these arpeggios, the camera guy decided to go behind him. So I really couldn't make out if this was the specific shape, or if there were some really extra notes, but the arpeggio section really feels like he's playing in sextuplets, which the section before didn't really have any. They were all 30-second notes. But this part really feels like quarter note sextuplets. But at least to me, when I was listening to it, even though what would be probably correct was for him to do the full arpeggio shape, aka going from this F right here, down to this A sharp right here, I could really only make up the first part. But I decided to include the last A sharp in the tab as well, because if you can play that full arpeggio at that speed, and then quickly go back to the first string to do the next arpeggio. But I don't really think Frank did it. I think he may have tried to do it, but at that speed even he is going to make some mistakes. Or maybe it was even all intentional, who knows. But yeah, that's the first arpeggio, an A sharp minor arpeggio. And the next arpeggio ain't really something fancy either. It's really an A sharp major 11 arpeggio. So this part would go so slowly from the beginning of the lick. Fuck. Well, sorry for not being recording the audio. I really am stupid, but hey, I'm not really going to record this from the top, am I? So here's the lick. I'll try to play it a little faster, but again, I'm not really the shred master Frank is. Again, kind of sloppy, but let's be honest, I don't really doubt some of you guys can play this much better than I can. So one, if you want to, film yourself playing this lick on Instagram and tag me on it. I'll be sure to check it out and repost it. And also leave it in the comment section below. What did you think of this lick? Or what is your favorite Frank Gambale lick? Or favorite solo, song, anything. And yeah, sorry for the audio, I really thought I was recording. But yeah, let's just get straight to the outro. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you in any way possible. And if it was, please leave me a comment below. Do you have anything to add to this discussion? Did you agree? Did you not agree? Was there something I missed? Something I should have said? Also, if you have any suggestions for videos, I have this dedicated series called Yate, You Ask I Teach. I know, pretty generic and self-explanatory title, but where I teach, as the name implies, pretty much anything you guys leave in the comment section below. Well, guitar and or music related, of course. So if you have anything you want me to talk about and you want to get a shout out, please leave it in the comment section below with the hashtag Yate. There are already a couple of episodes that you may want to check out, like revamping your 12-bar blues, or perhaps a hack for fusion soloing, kind of Guthrie Gavin style. Third episode is on its way, and if you've liked this sort of video, I have some other ones like this where I either look into a player's lick and kind of explain it, like for instance, even Eric Johnson's mistakes sound good. And even some other videos talking about music theory, but explained and put into context so that any of you guys can use them. Like, I don't know, don't play scales nor triads, you should be playing this. Again, I'd highly appreciate if you guys could check out some of my other videos. Those mentioned before will be on the card section right there, on the description below, and on the annotations of the end screen in just a couple of seconds, so please stay tuned. And as always, I'm giving away free one-on-one Skype lessons, and anyone can enter, but they are limited though, so you gotta be fast. And all you have to do to win one free Skype lesson and discounts on future lessons is to subscribe to my channel, turn on all the notifications, follow me on Instagram, and then DM me either on Instagram or one of my other social medias with screenshots, proving that you did everything mentioned before. And yeah, I guess that's it. Again, thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on all the notifications, perhaps apply for those Skype lesson thingies. Please check out some of my other videos, and if you can leave a comment for my Yate series, I'd highly appreciate that. Share this video on social media, and yeah, cheers!